Welcome to 15 Minute Theatre, the only review show that squeezes a whole production into 900 seconds. The date is Wednesday, the 1st of April, and we've just seen The Wind in the Willows. Open the house. Well, hello there, Victoria.
Hello there, Jimbo.
Okay, so it's slightly different than usual.
Yeah, because I'm looking at your face on a screen instead of in the real life.
Yep, we're in the middle of a global pandemic.
Yeah, which is the weirdest thing.
The weirdest thing
ever.
in the world. But we're not going to focus on that.
No,
What we are going to focus on is the fact that the theatres of London have only gone and put some of their plays online.
Which is wonderful.
Yeah. That bit is wonderful. So we're making the most of it, and we're going to try and watch a few and bring you our reviews as usual.
We certainly are. Got some itchy eyes, just taking my glasses off, but you can't see that, so it's fine. So, okay, let's crack on.
All right, well, let's do it. So, I'll give you a little bit of information about this, shall I?
I would love that.
Okay. Oh, no.
What? No, what?
I wrote this a while ago, and I can't quite read my writing. So,
Classic James.
It's Wind in the Willows, and it's written by Kenneth Graham. Yes.
Who wrote the books?
Yes. But this is a version written by the wonderful Julian Fellows, Mr. Downton Abbey himself.
Did Julian Fellows write it?
It was directed by Rachel Kavanagh.
Yeah.
And the designer was Peter McIntosh. And it was at the London Palladium. But you can actually get this online by going to willowsmusical.com.
Yeah, and just to say that you can watch it for free, but there is you can make a donation, because obviously a lot of artists are having bad times at the moment because they've got no work, and as I appreciate, many people don't. But if you can afford to give them a $5 towards helping out some struggling artists, then that's a very nice thing to do.
Absolutely. Seeing as though it would have cost us upwards of £100 probably to see the way we saw it. And the venue was at London Palladium. The running time was about, I think it was about an hour and a half with an interval. 2 hours and a half. 2.5 hours.
Yeah. So it's about, I think it's just over 2 hours.
Yeah. Well, no, it's 2.5 hours. I guess.
Yeah.
Let's not split hairs, shall we?
Let's not quibble. No.
So, all right. So, what do you want to give us a quick synopsis?
So basically, Wind in the Willows are the classic characters live in the countryside. There's a mole and a rat, and there's some otters and a badger, and then there's this guy Toad of Toad Hall, who's a bit mischievous, and he's quite into like fast cars, and he gets himself into some scrapes, and they have to try and help him out.
Absolutely.
The other people, that is.
And we should say that this version is a musical.
It is a musical.
And I don't think I told you who was in it, did I?
No.
So Toad was played by Rufus Hound. Rat.
Yeah.
Simon Lipkin. And Denise Welch was the otter. And the wonderful Gary Wilmot playing Badger. So anyway, back to the play. What did you think?
Yeah, I really liked it. It's weird because normally I don't really like watching filmed things that were live.
Yeah.
Like, I love going to comedy, but I find it hard watching comedy shows on TV. And the same with ballet and theatre. I just find it a bit weird because you're not there, and I think you miss so much by not being in that atmosphere. But actually, I really enjoyed this. It was really well filmed, and I think you did get a sense of being in the theatre. It was a good laugh. It was a good laugh.
Yeah.
Good family show.
Do you know what? I'm not a big fan of the book, The Wind in the Willows. I always found it a bit boring, really. But
yeah.
I really enjoyed this. I think it came just at the right time for me. In fact, I watched it twice.
You watched it twice?
Yeah, I watched it again yesterday because I thought the performances were lovely. I thought the staging was great, and the songs I found really uplifting.
Yeah, it's really good fun. I particularly liked the guy that played Rat. I'm going to call him Simon Lipkin. Is that his name?
That's the one.
I really liked him. I thought they were all good. Mole was really good. Gary Wilmot was great, and Rufus Hound, because he's a comedian, isn't he?
Yeah.
He played Toad. He was very good. Denise Welch didn't have the best singing voice, but you could get over that.
Yeah, I mean, bless her. I noticed that a little bit as well.
But she was good fun.
Just to let you know, Craig Mather played Mole. So
yeah,
sorry about that.
He was good as well.
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean, so the style it was like Edwardian, wasn't it? Their costumes were quite Edwardian costumes.
I like the way they did the costumes. So basically, they weren't in full on animal costumes. Everyone had sort of like a hat that had like a little ears on it,
and they had a tail.
And they had a tail. But then their costumes were like each animal had like a sort of color scheme or a particular, like the foxes all wore hunting clothes.
Yes.
Some of the others all wore tweed. So they had sort of like normal clothes.
Yeah.
But I've got low battery mode. I need to get a charger. But I like the way they did it. It was fun and very relatable.
We should also mention that Neil McDermott played the Chief Weasel.
Oh yeah, he was good as well, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was very good. I thought all the performances were strong. Really, I agree with Denise's singing. She's not got the best voice, but she had a lot of heart. She had a lot of heart as a character.
Yeah, she was good.
Yeah.
And I like this. The supporting cast all played numerous roles, didn't they?
Yeah.
Oh, hello, Columbo. I can hear him barking in the background.
Yes. Yeah.
He wants to get involved.
It's an animal special.
Yeah. No, I liked it. I really like the way that they used the set as well.
Yeah.
Moving sort of bits in and out. So they'd like when they were on the river, they'd bring in some sort of little landing bits, and then there'd be the boat that must have been on wheels that they were rowing around, and then they had quite a lot of big set pieces. There was a train.
Yeah.
There were cars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a real family show, wasn't it? And I think if I was a kid, I'd have really enjoyed it. It was.
Oh yeah, I think it's quite magical the way that it was all done. Yeah.
Yeah.
Really good family show.
And I do think standout star for me was Rufus Howe playing Mr. Toad.
Yeah, he was really good. I mean, I've got a bit of fondness for the rat guy, but I mean he's very handsome as well. But Rufus Hound was really good. It was such an over the top, exaggerated character, which Toad is. Traditionally, he's always been like that.
Yeah.
And his Toad's costumes were amazing.
Yes.
All green, all bright. He had so much energy. Again, like his singing, he's not the best singer, but his singing was spot on for the role. Yeah. They're all good. They're all good. Guy Wilmot's good. They're all good.
Oh yeah, so let's just talk about Mr. Wilmot, a star of stage for many a year. Mr. Wilmot.
Yeah.
I thought he gave a really nice performance, very grounded.
Yeah, he's this sort of sensible character, wasn't he?
Yeah. Was there anything you didn't like?
No, not really.
No, there was nothing jarred with me. I thought it all fitted together beautifully.
Yeah.
And, it moved along at a good pace as well. I wasn't bored.
No. It was good. There was quite a lot of... there were some big, nice set pieces. There was some nice sort of, like, character relationship things. Yeah, it was good.
And do you have a standout moment?
Yeah, I'm glad you asked me about this.
Oh.
I really enjoyed... There was a scene with a hedgehog family talking about how they hate roads because hedgehogs get run over a lot.
Yeah, I thought that was great. And
there were two kids, weren't there? I think they were the only two kids in the whole show.
So.
They just came up for that. Yeah, that was great.
I really liked the bit right at the start where Ratty and Mole were going boating.
Oh, yeah.
And, you know, it was just really nice and gentle, which is the way it's supposed to be with the Willows. But, thoroughly enjoyable and perfect escapism, I thought.
Yeah, really good. Yeah, really nice. And I think you have to maybe concentrate on it in a slightly different way than you would if you were watching something on Netflix. I think you have to focus on it a bit more, which is nice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And you know, obviously at the moment lots of people are watching a lot of TV. It's a good distraction. It does have a different feel watching a play.
Yeah, it definitely does. It definitely does, because especially because you see the audience a bit, and it feels a bit like you're sort of there in the moment. You're a bit more. It's a bit more relatable, maybe. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but I really enjoyed it.
Shall we take a break and we'll come back and score it?
Okay, all right then.
So, before we score it, we've got a new feature for these few months, however long it's going to be.
Have we?
Yes, the new feature is Online Antics.
Online Antics?
Yes, and basically it's just a question I want to ask you, Victoria. What have you been doing or watching to pass the time?
Well, I've just watched, probably everyone's just got their sight before me, The Tiger King, which you recommended, actually.
Yeah, what do you think?
Oh my God, it's absolutely nuts, isn't it?
It really is. Really bonkers.
Yeah. I mean, every single character that's in it has got something weird about them. It's really brilliant.
Definitely worth checking out. I've been watching a series on Netflix called Lock and Key, which...
Oh yeah, I've watched that.
What do you think?
What do you think? You tell me first.
Well, I will. I like it. It's a bit of escapism, and I couldn't work out why I liked it so much. And then I found out who the author is. The person who's written it is a man called Joe Hill, who you won't know at all, but I know him as the son of Stephen King.
Is he?
Yeah.
Get out of town.
Yeah. So there we go. So there's a couple of recommendations for you. If you've got something you need something to pass time, which I'm sure you do. All right, shall we score this baby?
Let's do it.
All right, so I'll kick off. Performances, I've given it a 7.
I'm going to go for an 8.
Great. Staging and technical.
I'm going to go for I think it's really well staged. I'm going to go for 10.
Wow. I've given it an 8. Narrative and plot, I've given it a 7 because I'm not a huge fan of the story, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm going to go for an 8.
Great. Okay, originality.
Well, I mean, I don't know that it's that original, really. So I'm going to go for... but then I don't know. I think the staging was really good. I'm going to go for an 8.
Okay, I've given it a 6. Costumes, I've given it a big fat 9. I thought the costumes really worked.
Yeah, I'd go for a 9 as well. They were great.
Lovely. Music?
I'm going to go for an 8.
And I've given it an 8. And was it worth it?
I'm going to go for an 8. But I think my score might be different if I'd seen it in real life. I think probably it might be higher.
But I suppose we've got to take that into account for moving forward for the next however long we've got.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to jot up the scores and then I'm going to get back to you with a little treat. Okay, so the scores are in. And I can tell you that it gets a 50-minute theatre rating of 4.21. Which puts it above The Process and National Treasure, but below Endgame. So I think that's...
Oh, I feel like I scored it too high now, because National Treasure... It was only toxic. Now, if you could see me, I would do the Vic Reeves doing Sandy Toksvig, but it wouldn't work.
You'll all have to imagine that at home.
I'm going to do this next question in the style of Sandy Toksvig. You don't know what I'm doing, so it didn't work.
All right, so our next show, this is I'm going to give you a choice, Vicky.
Oh, okay.
All right, so there's two here. You can choose between Wild, which was at the Hampstead Theatre. And that's basically a comic play exploring the unexpected, bewildering and life-changing consequences of challenging the status quo at a global level.
Oh, that does sound good.
Or One Man, Two Governors at the National, starring our friend and yours, James Corden, about a London gangster and a bit of comedy.
Now, I happen to know that you're not a fan of James Corden Blue. Corden Bleu.
Corden Bleu.
Corden Bleu. But that had really good reviews, so I'm going to go for that one.
Yeah, I think you're right. And anyway, Wild might come up again. Who knows?
Well, if we have time, maybe we can do both. Let's see what happens.
Absolutely. Well, Vicky, I think that was the theatre bell.
I mean, I can't tell because you're over there, I'm over here.
I know it's
got all sorts of different noises going on.
Too far away. But I'll see. We'll catch up again in a couple of days, and we'll be reviewing One Man, Two Governors, which you can also watch for free from the National Theatre website.
Yeah, so I think that is it starts 7:00 tomorrow evening, Thursday evening.
Yeah.
And it's available for a week, I think, and then they'll put another one out next Thursday for a week. Yeah. I think that's how they do it.
We're going to try and do this for as long as the theatres are shut, hopefully.
Yeah.
So listen, thanks for listening. As I said, that was a theatre bell, which means we're out of time. So the curtain's down, the theatre's dark, and that was 15-minute theatre. Good night.
Good night.
If you're brave enough to have your theatre production reviewed, please contact us at 15minutetheatre@gmail.com. Find us on Twitter and please rate and review us on iTunes. Thanks for listening.